I would like to get your position, let's call it a position, on an issue of great interest to farmers back home. Last month I met with local Farm Bureau members, and as you probably are well aware, deer are an issue. My colleague Russ Diamond and I have proposed a bill on Sunday hunting, and my farmers have pretty strong feelings about that. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah, we've heard some of those feelings. I mean, I would say, that the goal is to find some balance. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, we're sort of neutral on it as an administration, but I think there's opportunity there for middle ground between, is it every Sunday hunting, is it alternate days? I mean, I think there's some opportunity to find a middle spot on it.
I look forward to hearing your middle spot when you land on that one, if I may, please. But I would like then to talk a little bit about the agricultural business and workforce investment. It's $4.5 million of brand new spending and roughly 40% of your department's new ask for the upcoming year. There are 6 major components, if I understand it correctly, and I'm wondering what expert groups did you talk to in your quest to put this program together?
Yeah, so you're correct. I mean, so $4.5 million. It includes, the business development piece we mentioned earlier, the $500,000 for the urban ag and farm to school and rural youth grants, and the what's the other one? But I mean, to who do we talk to? So it has been, it's a combination. I mean, there's not a single stakeholder group, that we went to and said, hey, what do you think about the business development piece, right? It's the Preserve Farm and the county administrators who've asked us to do more than we're doing. It's the folks who have, in the dairy industry, who have found themselves saying, I don't know about this dairy piece. Maybe I should look at something else. So they have talked to us. It's been the attorneys, who through the Ag Law Center. It's a long list of folks. I mean, I think right. I mean, it's not a single group, but
I
each
appreciate
one,
knowing that you did ask some folks with experience in the fields. Now, there's a common thread there, and it's the amount of $500,000. How do we arrive at that number?
Yeah, again, there's nothing magical about it. I mean, I think we tried to say there are things that we can do and try to recognize that there are sensitivities to new spending and money, particularly. But $500,000 for some of those initiatives, such as the rural youth grants, will be more than the rural youth grant program has had. But there's always been an unmet need. The farm to school initiative is at $500,000. It won't take long for the schools that we've heard from who want to do something at $500,000. So, but it was a way to recognize substantial investment, but at the same time, they could have been $600,000, right, or $1 million. Yeah.
One of the key ingredients has to do with new marketing initiatives. Can you give me an example of what you're thinking about there, or what you're hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, so we think there's opportunity, particularly with the changes made in the liquor code, to be more aggressive on the Pennsylvania brewing industry and the hops industry in Pennsylvania is an opportunity for us. The note earlier about Caputo and cheese, we think there's opportunities around the cheese, both on-farm processing and direct marketing. We'd love to see back to the industrial hemp. I mean, that the craft side of that developed as well. Marketing could also be just in the tourism side and the intersect between production and the tourism industry to do more on-farm.
And one of the comments you just made had to do with hops, which of course is important in the craft beer industry. How come you entered into that category, that area? Wouldn't that naturally flow to the Liquor Control Board or something like that?
Well, I think but it's a crop, right? The principles of propagation and production are probably more in the wheelhouse of the Department of Agriculture. We have the wine promotion board as part of ag. I think there's areas around the spirits industry that we see an opportunity around the PA brews and tying in particularly our PA preferred branding to some of that as an opportunity.